she was like, stop writing about conspiracy stuff. I was like, hey, wait a minute. The term conspiracy theorist was ushered in by the CIA around the time of the Kennedy assassination to marginalize anyone who asks questions that dip outside of the carefully orchestrated mainstream narrative, and it's worked like a charm. Even 2 months into global lockdown, and not to mention these characters involved with names like Bill Gates, Fauci, that dude from London Real, David Icke, the whistleblowing doctors. The list of fictional characters in this real-life drama practically daring us to believe in the simulation theory. It's astounding. Things like mandatory vaccines, invisible tattoos, and microchips in your dreams, all on the very near horizon, with a near police state and everyone in masks even when they jog or walk their dogs, just surviving. Even with all that, and I'm missing a bunch of facts, but even with all that, you question it, you get labeled. Man, those geniuses at the CIA knocked it out of the park. That phrase is their Mona Lisa. It's a masterpiece of level-headed diversion. Makes you wonder how messed up stuff would have to get before your questions didn't get you labeled conspiracy theorist. I think it would pretty much have to be Matrix levels, pods and goo, batteries for robots, human brains, forget-me-nots, robot food. We're becoming bots. I tried writing a love poem, but here's what came out. Roses are red, violets are blue. Coronavirus particles are 100 nanometers in size, it's true. Pore size of an N95 mask is 1 to 2 orders of magnitude larger than that, but they skew. Measured in microns or micrometers, light blue. So it would be like putting up a chain link fence to keep mosquitoes away or throwing a honeydew through a window open wide 40-foot squared or 42. Completely ineffective. Or to put it another way, it would be like you walking through a door that was 100 feet tall and 100 feet wide, me and you. And that's the good mask, never mind bandanas and scarves. It's not science, it's control. They got us falling off the stars, boo-hoo. Ask yourself why you see none of the so-called elite or high-ranking politicians wearing them. Use your head, it's bad for you, on every level damaging. Psychologically, spiritually, and physically, breathing carbon dioxide methodically when we need oxygen. It's already caused death, people wearing these things and passing out in cars, getting into wrecks between the bars. If none of us comply with this strange agenda, they can't do anything. This all requires our consent. We can resist. Do not consent. If you feel guilty, don't wear a mask, just repent. This requires our consent. Do not give up your freedom for fear. Resist this nonsense, my dear. Do not consent. You see, I can't help it. Filled with these facts in a world full of lies, like Bob Dylan says, I'm not looking for nothing in anyone's eyes. Anyway, I told her, I don't dictate the muse. It's the other way around, or it's writer's block. I get so confused. The minute you decide what you should write, the muse is like, you silly bastard, life is what happens when you're making other plans. And even if the media wasn't a bonfire of total insanity, where stories about the Pentagon verifying UFOs don't even make front page news, all I'd have to do is take a bike ride in the police state that used to be my neighborhood. De Blasio has got the police cars zooming dangerously fast down bike paths. And not just a couple, car after car trying to stop people engaging in healthy immunity-boosting activity while the liquor stores are open. If Satan had a pet, I tell ya, his name might be de Blasio. Cop cars zooming dangerously close to bikers and runners just trying to get exercise, and sun enjoying their God-given right to some time in the yard. Why is that so hard? But anyway, she said, stop writing conspiracy stuff. I've had enough. And I don't disagree. Let me try it again. It's hard to focus on love letters to the universe when your freedom is burning down in the bin. But here we go. Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't get mad, but the army is here too. Soldiers on the bike path and not just a few. So yeah, the conspiracy stuff has my attention at the moment. I love New York, but now I don't even want to own it. It's being damaged by an abuse of power, which might just be an act of treason. It won't survive this season. That's not a threat, that's just the voice of reason, for it's an infected lesion on the heart of New York City. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts, absolutely. The tension is building, cops and soldiers everywhere. Don't write about conspiracy stuff, she said. Is this conspiracy stuff? I guess I need to get out of here. Is this conspiracy, or is this just reporting? Something the news barely does anymore. She said, stop the conspiracy stuff. Write about flowers and butterflies, the moon in my lover's eyes, the way the wind might apologize, or how the sun says long goodbyes. The saxophone in the park, the way the cold breaks through the dark. Before the flames believed the spark, the lonely dog begins to bark. It's quiet here in NYC. The night is nice beneath the sheets, where you can dream of what it used to be in the land of the free.